Good morning, everyone. It is June 30th, 2020, and here's another one of our video devotionals. So I want to thank my friends and colleagues, Paul and Rosa Lee, pastors that live about an hour west of us, for inspiring this video devotional today, though I don't think they intended to. Rosa posted a picture of Paul on Facebook, and Paul was looking at the cucumber plants behind their house. And he was smiling because it's wonderful to watch something grow. And you know what? That got me thinking how much joy and satisfaction I've taken from watching our garden in our next to our house grow this late spring and early summer. Now, before I go any further, I am not a farmer. I'm not really even that good a gardener. But it is a joy to put seeds into the ground and to watch them grow. To watch the lettuce come up, to watch the feathery carrot tops come up, to see my turnips growing, to see how my tomato plants are blossoming and may produce a pretty fair amount of fruit, and the other things that we've planted. So I went to the Bible today looking for some things about growing. And I found this. It's from the book of Job. Now, the book of Job mainly deals with a lot of philosophical questions about why is it that sometimes bad things happen. But in the midst of trying to answer all those questions, the book of Job has some beautiful poetry. Now, I, of course, can't read it in the original Hebrew, but hear these words translated from a Hebrew poem, talking about how the earth gives life to living things. Job 12, verses 7 through 10. But ask the animals, and they will teach you, the birds of the air, and they will tell you. Ask the plants of the earth, and they will teach you, and the fish of the sea will declare to you. Who among all those does not know that the hand of God has done this? In God's hand is the life of everything, and the breath of every human being. Now, there are very, very, very few things that are truly true of all human cultures. And that's okay. We don't need to all listen to the same music. We don't need to all make the same art. But we all fundamentally get almost all, if not all, of our nutrients from the things of the earth. From the earth and the nutrients within it that provide the fish that people catch, that provide the earth in which plants grow, the earth that nourishes the animals that we look to for animal products, even things that aren't plants like mushrooms, one of my personal favorites, of course, come from the earth. We all look to the earth for our food, and some people, that is their profession. They grow food for a living. And I live in a place that's surrounded by organic oat fields and corn fields and soybean fields, and the apple orchard is nearby. And then, of course, there's all the gardens and all the other things. And I'm very fortunate, as the people that live in this part of Illinois are very fortunate, that we do live in a place that's blessed with richness and beauty. But all over the world, though people often aren't growing the same things because not everything grows well in the same place, all over the world, there are people growing things, some for their profession, some as their livelihood, some simply as a garden, either to provide something tasty for their table or to grow flowers or other plants that provide beauty to the eye. So where am I going with all this? Well, I want to reflect today, and I want to invite you to reflect on how is whatever is growing around you pointing you towards God. I believe that God created it all. I believe that God is the source of creation. And because God is the source of creation, the life around us, the plants around us, the animals around us, the fungi around us, if you actually happen to see some mushrooms growing today, all of this has its origin from God. And I think all of these things remind us of God's love and God's blessing and God's bounty, God's creativity even, because seriously, there are some living things on this world that are just bizarre in all kinds of good ways. Also, however, as we look at all of these things, let us remember that we are all connected. We are all part of a web As Dr. Martin Luther King put it, we are all connected in a web of mutuality. So as we think about how we take life from this earth, how we reprocess the nutrients of this earth so that we may live, let us think, reminding ourselves of those connections, what we can do to lovingly help those around us, to help the web be stronger, and to bless those around us. So I hope that gives you some thoughts for today. I hope you see some plants or animals or something in nature or in your garden that blesses you today. And let us be reminded that we can all share the blessings and think about how God is asking us to bless others, so that the entire web of mutuality may be built up, guided by the love of God shown to us in Jesus Christ. I bid you peace today. I'll see you in a couple days. God bless. Goodbye.